Hello, it is Saturday, April 22nd, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Saturday puzzle today, which means it may well be the toughest puzzle of the week. I would say last Saturday's puzzle was certainly the toughest puzzle of that week, so perhaps we're in for a similar treatment today. We'll have to see. In any case, this potentially challenging edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Jenny Montague, Lewis Williams, Camtron, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Shoalmaster. Thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their exceedingly generous support in sustaining this channel, keeping this whole thing going. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the efforts of everybody who has become a patron of the channel. Thank you so much, if that includes you. It means a lot to me, and it keeps this channel sustainable. If you'd like to contribute yourself, help this whole thing keep going, head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field, and there, as a benefactor, you can get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, or as a patron at any level, of course, you can get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week, and that includes yesterday's mini puzzle pseudo speed solve, on which I finally... For the first time, I think maybe in a couple of weeks, I attained a sub 10-second time, which was a relief on one of the puzzles. Anyway, that's up there. Do enjoy that if you're a patron. And what else? Do subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've not gotten around to that. That helps out as well, and it's free, of course. And also free is the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which you can join via a link in the description field. It's a nice, friendly chat community. All right, let's get on to today's crossword. This is, as noted, a Saturday puzzle. It was constructed by Brian Walden, who's constructed over 100 puzzles for the New York Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So an experienced constructor putting together potentially the toughest puzzle of the week. Let's see what's in store, and let's start solving. People for whom a state is named. I mean, that's true. There are numerous states named for tribes and such, but let's see. But some of them wouldn't quite fit. I mean, Utah, but Utahns, you'd need an extra letter for that. Ohioans, I don't know. You know what? But maybe it's not the ends. It could be sort of the state demonym is not necessarily the same as the ethnic one or the sort of one relating to tribe or nation. So, yeah, I'm not sure. It probably ends with an S. The C is the universal something, Jacques Cousteau. Not sure. Dolts, universal state. Oh, maybe it is universal state. Let's actually, sorry, I said that not being very confident about it. Then I thought about it a bit more, and clear one's head. I don't know, maybe it's wrong. Oh no, confounded could be at sea. There we go. The reason I like universal state is because, and I don't know if this is the intended meaning, but because it has, there's the implication of statehood in the sense of nationhood, so kind of universal nation to which we could all belong, but also a universal sort of state of being. And I kind of like the double meaning there, but I don't know if that's the meaning or if state is even the correct answer. Contend, you could aver something, you could contend it, state it as truth. Battle sites. Not sure, but this looks like maybe, I said Iowans, I think, and it could be Iowas, the Iowa people. That sounds correct. Or, I mean, I don't know if it's correct, but it sounds plausible. Perhaps I have what you're looking for. No, I was going to say I can look, as in I can check the back room to see if what you want is in stock, but we wouldn't repeat look from the answer. I can check. I may have, but have is already in the clue. Oh, and this doesn't look right, actually. This VT. Never mind. Maybe this is all wrong. Contend to... I don't know. I like these so far, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Let's keep going. School co-founded by Albert Einstein in 1918, informally. I don't know. I was liking all of that, but I'm encountering too many vagaries to be certain about any of it. I have nothing. Dolts are nitwits or something, but that's not long enough. Probably ends with an S. R-rated as a love scene. Steamy, maybe? Steamy scene in a film. Like the country where Jack sorry, like the county where Jack Daniels is manufactured. Oh, dry. I think that's one of those odd facts you sort of encounter sometimes, that Jack Daniels, a whiskey, is manufactured in a dry county, a county where you can't sell alcohol, which is a funny thing. All right, C22 across. With 12 down, unfit. So unfit. Something behind, not sure. Judge, to judge something to be the case is to deem it to be true. Ika in a sushi restaurant. Is that squid? Abruptly resign. Something quit. Abruptly resign. Disjunctive conjunction. Neither, but that doesn't fit. Not quite right. Person with a 99801 zip code. Boy, that is incredibly specific, isn't it? I mean, 9 is all on the west coast of the United States. Something-ite? I don't know. Is it? Is this the sort of thing you would expect people to know? Maybe it's a very high number. Maybe it's Alaska or Hawaii or something. I don't know. Something Babbitt, inventor of the circular saw. What? No idea. This is tough so far. Okay, let's keep going. Salty and spicy. Something salty and spicy. Cracker Jack. You could say a Cracker Jack is a sort of real good example of a thing. It's sort of, I don't know, an ace or something like that. Not sure. Overly sentimental fare. Schmaltz or corn, as in corny? Put on the board. I don't know. Overly sentimental fare. Schmaltz. I'm still not seeing it. Round bits. Tends to a minor issue. Tends to a minor issue. So I wonder if minor means a young person in this case. Takes care of something dealing with youth. U.S. motto starter. E pluribus unum? Could be in God we trust. Music's outcast and eraser. Oh, duos. Okay, there we go. That works. Puts on the board something, again with an S. Shape of the heart's electromagnetic field. Shape of the heart's electromagnetic field. This is some puzzle, isn't it? I don't know. Battle sites, right? Okay, keep going. Let's see. Role for Robin Williams in Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet, 1996. I mean, I've seen this, but I saw it. I mean, either in 1996 or soon after 1996. So it was quite a long time ago that I saw this. I vague. Oh, he was the ghost. He was. I do remember this. He was the ghost of Hamlet's father. In Hamlet, I think. Tends to a minor issue. A minor issue. It has its limits. I hope he's the ghost. I really think he was. Excitement. Surefire. I feel as though I'm, in addition to this puzzle being more difficult than usual, I'm also doing worse than I usually am, so it's not helping. One's working with bread. It could be bread meaning obviously bread, but it could also be money. Maybe Robin Williams wasn't the ghost of Claudius. Tends to a minor issue. Now I'm once again I keep thinking if this is somehow acne or something. I don't know why, but it's sort of, when I think of a minor issue, I think of sort of an adolescent issue. And that comes up in the crossword sometimes as something that is specific to, not specific, but is common in adolescence, but I don't know. It has its limits. Like the strongest cases, ironclad, an ironclad court case. I don't know. Fine parchment material. How a storm might be tracked. On radar? I can't get anything that sticks. I keep doubting everything I find. A hovel could be what? A hut or a, is there anything with D? A dump? Knock on. Rap at the door, knock on the door, rap at the door. Word with belly or barrel, beer belly or beer barrel. 30-year security, T-bonds, treasury bonds, securities in a financial sense. Click that is often doubled, tap, tap. As in I don't know, would you call that a mouse click a tap? I'm not sure. Overseas title, Signor? That would be C-N-O-R though, wouldn't it? Siorna. Oh, there we go. Okay. Click that. Oh, as in tisk, tisk, tisk. You click your tongue at somebody in disapproval. So earlobe, kernel. Is that what that is? As in an ear of corn? Let's see. What about this? Private, non-public. Right. Okay. It's coming together. I finally found a. Oh, this isn't correct. Oh, kernel. Sorry, kernel is spelled with an E in this case. Surreal, dreamlike, and common name for potassium nitrate. That's saltpeter, which is used in explosives and things, and probably other uses as well. Although this doesn't look right. Oh, sorry. This is the British spelling. It's in U.S. spelling. It would be this. I encounter it more often the other way. Barinholtz of the Mindy Project. Ike Barinholtz must be correct. And genre for Fun Home and Stone Butch Blues. Fun Home is it's a graphic novel by Alison Bechdel, which I've read. It's really great. What is it? Oh, Queer Lit, I guess. And Stone Butch Blues. Stone Butch Blues I've not read. Okay. Let's see. There's actually also a stage production of Fun Home, which I've also seen, and I also thought that was extremely good. Anyway, I saw that on Broadway a number of years ago. Piece of cake is, I don't know. Fine parchment material is what? I got to a bit of a run, and now I'm in a rut. Shape of the heart's electromagnetic field is a torus? Maybe this doesn't end with S. Put on the board. Oh, why did I think it did? It doesn't say puts on the board. Why did I put an S there? That was ridiculous. This is a torus. Sorry. I just made this more difficult for myself for absolutely no reason. Put on the board. To score, maybe? Or I don't know. Oh, to post. To put on a message board or a cork board or something like that. Overly sentimental fare. Slop, maybe? I think you could say that. It's total slop. It's overly sentimental. I'm not very confident about it, so let's check the crosses. Battle sites. Ends with an S, maybe. They have everyone buzzing. This cue is surprising, isn't it? But it makes sense for this answer, so I think it's right. Tissue. No? Well, there's probably a U here. Excitement. Oh, this doesn't look great. Maybe this isn't slop. Abso-freaking-lutely not. Oh, this is tough because it's probably going to be a kind of invented or extremely slang term, which it's not that I won't have known it. It's just that it's going to be harder to get cold because it won't have a standardized spelling, or it might not. I don't know. Perhaps I have what you're looking for. This really looks like tissue, doesn't it? Just in terms of what words would fit there. But, oh, this doesn't look very good. Oh. Ending with an I is so uncommon in English. Oh, I was going to say erodible or erasable, just based on purely what was in the grid with that E, but like the strongest cases is the opposite of that. Irrevocable, why can I not see what this is? Oh, this is infuriating. I'm sorry, this is taking ages. A piece of cake is is easy. It's fine parchment material. Vellum. Vellum is a kind of parchment, and I believe still to this day, all laws, excuse me, I think all laws passed by Parliament here in the UK are transcribed onto vellum. All right, like this. Oh, provable. You have a provable case. You can demonstrate it with, provable ironclad material. Excitement is arousal. There we go. Oops. And a piece of cake is so easy. Okay, I was looking for a single word or something, but no. Deli machine is a slicer for ham or whatever. Positive restaurant review, cheese, I guess. A positive restaurant review could be yum. Simply say yum, that was delicious. It's a positive review in effect. How lousy of me. I'm adult, or I messed up. No. Canine affliction. Mange, something that afflicts dogs, canines. It still does look like I may something, doesn't it? Could be a number of things. That's the problem. Dead letter in a mail sorter's vernacular. Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about the vernacular of mail sorters. Something meaning no stamp or something, or I don't know. Buzzy group. Could be a group of bees, or it could be a sort of gossipy group of people. Piazza, for one, is a square or a sort of location or destination. I'm not sure. Spoil superstitiously. To jinx something, you spoil it in a superstitious kind of way. So I'm a joke, you could say. How lousy of me. Buzzy group. Oh, gnats, a group of gnats. Okay, so insects, not bees in this case. I should have been thinking of other possible bugs. Piazza, for one. I'm not really sure what this. I'm sure it'll be very obvious when I see it. That's so often how it is with these. One with an, if you choose the lesser of two evils, you are still choosing evil. Bumper sticker, perhaps. I don't know. Someone, a sort of moralist of some sort, or who would have such a thing? An absolutist? I'm not sure. Most chic, somethingist. Maybe this isn't I'm a joke. This looks a little bit odd here because I would expect most chic to end with est. I'm a. How lousy of me. I'm a jerk. Right. Okay. Lousy. Lousy can be used in a few different ways. And in this case, it means I did something bad, whereas I was thinking of it in the sense of I did something poorly. Okay. So most chic is I am just not on my game today. Dead letter, that one I just don't know. Piazza, is this some word for an expat or something? I don't know why that would be the case. Okay, so what could this be? Something ite? No, this looks absolutely bonkers with that. Let's keep looking around. Male name hidden in this clue. Len is hidden in this clue. Den, short for Dennis, I guess, maybe. Len looks the most likely to me. Most chic. Swankist, I guess. If you're describing I don't know, incredibly hip bar or something, I guess you could say that. Nativity scene decoration. Straw, I suppose, in the sort of manger scene, biblical manger scene. Thesis defense, an oral exam. There we go. And what was this again? They have everyone buzzing. Oh, this looks better now. Gossip. Oh, that's funny. Mentioned gossip somewhere else. Is this not duos? Surely it is. Yeah, maybe not. Well, we'll come back to that. I think there are other. Oh, okay. This is certainly not Ghost. Sorry, I just misremembered that entirely. To be fair, I haven't seen this film in more than 2 decades, which is distressing. Let's see. It has its limits. Has its limits. Blah, alternative. Blah. So, or meh, or what has A's in it that's blah? I don't know. Oh my goodness. What am I doing here? I feel as though I must have something wrong, and this area looks so strange. Deadline. But the problem is, I don't know anything about the vernacular of mail sorters, so this could be literally anything, and I wouldn't have any way to know. Although this looks strange, doesn't it? Piazza, ex-met, ex-metropolitan? What does that mean? Oral exam. Surely this is correct. The Swankist. That must be right as well. What is this? Sorry, this is taking ages. I apologize. This is, I think, the most difficult crossword I've solved in a while. I think this is considerably more challenging than any of the boss words puzzles I've solved recently, which is unusual. Okay, well, there are probably some clues I've not looked at. Are there? Maybe not anymore. Let's look at the downs. Contend. So let's look at a ver again. Clear one's head. Shave. You clear one's head of sort of stubble or your beard. The sea is the universal people. Okay, this ends in a sewer. It's an extremely different sort of tenor that I had with my first guess. Confounded. This would not be at sea if that's true. Confounded. It could be confounded as in you've confounded somebody's plans, or it could be confounded as an adjective, like this confounded, interloper or something like that. Battle sites. Question mark. What is that getting at? Abso-freaking-lutely not. That's a no? Ah. Okay. It's not what I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be a sort of neologism or something, kind of portmanteau or something, but it's more of just a modern construction in general. People for, maybe not though. Maybe not. Oh, it could be oh hell no. That fits more closely. That fits much more closely to the kind of, it wasn't exactly what I was thinking about, but it's closer to what I had in mind. And then this could be Iowa's. And then battle sites are war blogs? Is that something as in websites? Is that a term, war blogs? I have no idea. This could be slop again. Unfit, ill-suited. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Okay, here we go. We're getting there. This looks like shrew, confounded. Perhaps I have what you're looking for. It threw me. It confounded me. Right, okay. Yeah, that's correct. Is this it? Perhaps I have what you're looking for. Is this it? I see. So it's all sort of an overly polite, you could imagine an overly polite service person kind of saying it this way. They've already actually found the thing, but they're still being a degree extra sort of on the deferential side of things. U.S. motto. Okay, we had that already. Okay, we had all these. Hebrew University, school co-founded by Albert Einstein in 1918, maybe. What was this? Sorry. Toss-up questions. They have everyone buzzing. Ah, because in some game shows, if the person to whom the answer was addressed is unable to answer it, anybody else can buzz in, and that's a toss-up question. Okay, all right. We're getting somewhere. This feels as though we're in the home stretch, maybe. Crackerjack, a whiz, you're a real crackerjack, a real whiz. It's not language that would come to mind to me immediately, but with that W, that's my suspicion. Round bits are zeros. Ah, bits as in a computer context, a bit, 8 of which comprise a byte. So ones and zeros in this instance. Salty and spicy. Ribald? As in ribald humor, salty humor, spicy humor. Right, okay. A bit racy, maybe. Fruit-flavored gumdrop is a something cube, maybe? I don't know this one. Toon husband of Manjula, don't know. I assume this means a cartoon, but I don't know what else that would mean. I don't know. Maybe it'll ring a bell when I see it. Surefire is... This feels like I should be able to get it, but I don't know. One's working with bread. Oh, kneaders. This was something I thought of when I first looked at the clue, because working with bread is kneading bread. I mean, it's very straightforward. But I think I might have had something in there that threw me off somewhere else. So that's so annoying. Did I just dispense it for no reason at all? Oh, it was Ghost. Yes, it was because I had... This must be Osric. Okay, I just completely whiffed that one. Anyway... oh, sorry. The ghost wasn't even of Claudius. Claudius was Hamlet's uncle. I made a complete mess of this clue in general. I said the ghost of Claudius, but that's not what I meant. I meant the ghost of Hamlet's father, which I also separately said earlier. Okay, anyway, it has its limits. A city has city limits. Why did I think of that earlier? And blah alternative. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm not surprised I didn't get this. This is blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I think as maybe popularized by Seinfeld. Okay, so one with an if you choose the lesser two evils, you're still choosing evil. So I don't know what this is getting at. That's distressing. What am I going to do about this? I was hoping this would make these final crosses sort of a given. I'll come back to it. Let's come back to it. Something Babbitt, inventor of the circular saw. I'm just going to need a name purely from crosses because I haven't a clue about this actual information. This is looking, again, like a something-ite. Oh, Juno-ite. It is Alaska. That must be what it is. The reason I thought maybe Alaska or Hawaii is because those are the most recently admitted states to the Union, and I don't really actually know precisely when the zip code system was introduced, because it could have still applied to pre-statehood U.S. territories. But the idea just that they're kind of the extremities of the U.S. states, and so I was thinking maybe the high number applied to that. So Juneau is a city in Alaska. All right. Fruit-flavored gumdrop. Oh, jujube is something. I don't think I've ever had one, but this looks correct, and it's spelled in this manner, I think. Dolts are jerkesses, feminized form of jerk. I kind of doubt it. Dolts. Oh, jackasses. That's much more plausible. Okay. The only reason I thought that is because sometimes I've seen ladess. I don't think it's very widely used, but it's a kind of female lad in British slang. Lad meaning a kind of rowdy, borderline kind of violent archetype. Not really violent per se, but sort of slightly aggressive, sometimes in a jokey sort of way. Anyway, and I've seen ladess, and so for some reason that popped into my head. Disjunctive conjunction. Oh, right. I said it wasn't neither, but it is either. Why didn't I think of the other one of those? Oh, that was silly. Tabitha Babbitt? Okay, that looks plausible. That's a name. Not much as of gel, a dab of gel. And surefire, can't lose. Abruptly resign, up and quit. That is a phrase. I'm going to up and quit. Toon husband of Manjula Apu. This must be the Simpsons characters. Okay. All right. Now, how do we do this? A naderite? Oh, was this something around? Um, this was Ralph Nader. This is a third. I see. This is a kind of marketing slogan around a, a kind of third-party candidate making a case for not voting for one of the two major parties. I see. Okay, so Ralph Nader was a multiple time third-party candidate for the U.S. presidency, and also, I mean, he had also a career as a pioneering safety campaigner, and I think is you know had a significant responsibility for introducing safety belt legislation. Anyway, Naderite. So I'm just going to have. Oh, this doesn't look right. Piazza for one. Oh, it must be a former New York Mets player. I would never have gotten that without the crosses. Anyway, let's check this. No. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Oh, wait. Why didn't I? Sorry, I just blatantly misspelled most chic swankist. Oh, what a relief. Okay. There we have it. That was a real slog. Not a slop, but a slog. Although I don't, not as, when I say slog, it makes it sound like I'm taking issue with the puzzle itself, which I'm not really. I mean, some of these things were pretty tricky. A dead letter in a mail sorter's vernacular, Nixie. I don't, I would, I would believe a fraction of 1% of the people who solve this puzzle would know this phrase sort of just off the top of their head in terms of their vocabulary. I mean, there's certain things in this puzzle that I suspect almost everybody is getting purely through crosses. But it's interesting. I mean, this is, if I assume this is genuinely true. I mean, and it's interesting. It's interesting knowledge. It's more interesting than some weird three-letter word that only exists for the purpose of entering it in crosswords, or just a very boring word. I mean, it's certainly interesting. Ex-Met, boy, that was tough for me. For some people, that would have been nothing. Piazza. Yeah, this was a tough puzzle. Len, I mean, Len's an example of what I mean when I say a kind of, this is just there to fill letters, right? Len as a man's name is not an interesting word in the way that Nixie is sort of interesting in the context of the clue here. But there wasn't very much of this, to be fair. Just an interesting puzzle, wasn't it? Wow. And then I threw myself off numerous times with this Ghost Osric thing, and what else? I think there were a couple other cases where I did a similar thing. Just made it hard for myself for absolutely no reason. I put an S somewhere completely unnecessarily. Don't know why I did that. I think I put that here. That was silly. Anyway, the difficult puzzle. Let me know how you fared with this one. I found that quite challenging. And I think given the extra time that took, and I have some things I have to take care of today, I am going to skip the clues from yesterday's puzzle. But there were some interesting clues left in yesterday's comments. So do check those out if you're interested. I don't think I have the time for it at the moment, but thank you for sticking with me through the end of this long, difficult puzzle by Byron Walden. It was rewarding once I finished it. I'm pleased to have solved it, but also glad I'm done. I'll be back tomorrow with the Sunday crossword, a big themed grid that should be a much more approachable challenge level than today's puzzle. Join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.